America Civil War. Now, this movie's been out for a little while, and I didn't really get a chance to talk about it, so this is what I think. This movie was amazing. Having read the comic book that this movie's based off of, I can say they didn't stick exactly to the comic book, but, I mean, after reading it, I really can't blame them. If you do read the comic book, it is full of Marvel heroes. Not just the Avengers side, but we also get X-Men, Fantastic Four, just Young Avengers, just so many different characters throughout the Marvel universe. And obviously Marvel right now with their movie universe doesn't own the rights to all these characters, and it'd just be so many characters in one movie, it'd be kind of ridiculous. It did have some scenes in the movie that did reference the book a little bit, which was really cool to see. But I do think it's a good standalone from the comic book version. It uses enough from the comic books to intertwine with the MCU universe, and I just think it molds perfectly for this movie. That being said, this movie lived up to the hype, and I gotta say, I do believe this is probably the best Marvel movie to date, by far. Like, Deadpool, and then this. It's just so close. Like, I really think this movie, like, this beats out the first Avengers, this beats out Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, it just, I really enjoy this movie. Captain America is a great character in this, and Chris Evans portrays him perfectly. And watching this movie, definitely on Team Cap. You know, I do love Iron Man. And, you know, the characters on his team, I really do like Black Panther and Spider-Man. But if you watch the movie, definitely on Team Cap. Along with Chris Evans being amazing, obviously Robert Downey Jr. does another amazing job as portraying Iron Man. And everybody else in their roles does a really good job. New characters were amazing. I loved Black Panther and I loved Spider-Man. The story itself was good, but I do think they could have added some things here and there just to mold the story to be a little bit better, just to make the world seem bigger, you know, just so it's not like the Avengers are the only ones who live in this world. Just so, you know, because we get Spider-Man and we learn that there's more heroes out there. You know, I think if they just push the story a little bit more, and it's not like we need to add all these, you know, characters like the Young Avengers, some other Marvel heroes that we don't have yet. If they just reference other heroes just to know that this world has more heroes than just the Avengers team that we see. Like, they could have easily thrown in, like, some news clips of, like, Daredevil getting arrested, just like they do have in the comic books, or, you know, maybe something about the Punisher, or even Young Avengers. Just any heroes in general, they could just reference in some news clips, and I feel like that would have expanded the universe that we have in the MCU, just so we know, hey, there's all these other characters that are also, you know, on this world, not just the Avengers team. But other than that, the story was great in this movie. Speaking of things that were great, the cinematography was amazing in this movie. I just loved how it was shot. Everything was perfect, especially, you know, with the fight scenes. You get to see all the action. It's none of that close-upness that, you know, I hate in movies where it's like, what's going on? You know, the action scenes are way too close. In this movie, the action scenes were perfectly filmed, and, you know, you actually get to see all the action and how they move and all the kicks and punches, and it's so engaging in this movie, and all the fight scenes in this movie were just perfect. The pacing in this movie was really good, and I don't think there was one stale moment. I was at the edge of my seat, super excited, and just so in this movie. So let's talk about some more things that I loved about this movie. Black Panther. All his scenes were really great, and I really like the accent that he used. It's very reminiscent of the cartoon versions of him.
Considering your last trip to Capitol Hill, I wouldn't think you'd be particularly comfortable in this company.
And his fight scenes were really good. Him in the suit and out of the suit. I love how he moved very cat-like when he was the Black Panther, and he showed how badass he was, especially when he's taking on Winter Soldier. This really made me excited for his own solo film. Ant-Man was so funny in this movie, and as Paul Rudd always is in his movies, he just plays the role perfectly and just has me laughing all the time.
Wow, this is awesome. Captain America. I know you too. You're great.
Falcon actually really surprised me in this film, and he had some really cool fight scenes, which I really enjoyed. Also, you can kind of tell that they're starting the romance between Vision and Scarlet Witch, which is also in the comic books. The biggest thing I loved about this movie, and I'm pretty sure you can guess what it is, Spider-Man was like the best thing about this movie. When he came on, nostalgia was going crazy. Like, I had such a fanboy moment when Spider-Man was on the screen.
Captain, big fan of Spider-Man.
Tom Holland did such a perfect job. He nailed Spider-Man. I was really worried that, you know, I didn't know how he was going to do. I've seen him in other movies. He is a good actor, but I just didn't know how he was going to do. And as Peter Parker, he was good. As Spider-Man, he was amazing. Just all his scenes were amazing. His wit, his one-liners, how he moved, how he looked, his fight scenes, everything was great.
You have a metal arm? That is awesome, dude.
Like, this movie made me so pumped for the new Spider-Man movie. Like, I cannot wait. This is exactly how Spider-Man should be. This is like Spider-Man pretty much like 95% pulled from the comic books. Like, he is great. Like, I've heard some people complaining, like, oh, he's too little. Oh, he's too short. Oh. But it's like, no. Like, this is how Spider-Man was in the very beginning. He was a high school student. You know, he wasn't the tallest dude in the world. He's not Andrew Garfield. He's not, 6 foot. This is how he should be. He should be a high school student. You know, he's supposed to be young. He's not supposed to be an older guy. Another thing that was really funny was when they made a comment about how young and attractive Aunt May was, which was pretty funny, and I do agree, Aunt May was pretty banging. Now with the cons. Now, I really can't think of too much to think about other than what I mentioned earlier about the script. My other thing is Zemo. Now, I actually didn't know Zemo was going to be in this movie, and when I heard his name, I got really excited, but they could have done a lot more with Zemo in this film, and him just being in normal clothes, not in any, not looking like Baron Zemo, I really didn't like. Like, if he's supposed to be Baron Zemo, where's his mask? Where's his weapons? Why is his face not burnt? Even though I do think Baron Zemo did a good job as being a villain in this movie, I do believe he could have been an even better villain if not only did he look like Baron Zemo from the comic books, but also if they integrated him more as a villain and at the end either put on a mask to look like Baron Zemo or do something so we know, hey, in the next Captain America movie, this is who Captain America is going to be fighting. It's Baron Zemo, not some guy with a nice haircut. But other than those two things, this movie was great. But this is definitely my number 1 or number 2 favorite Marvel movie of all time, and it definitely makes me pumped to watch the new Spider-Man movie and the new Avengers movies and all the other new Marvel films that are coming out. But in all, I give Captain America a 9.5 out of 10. If you guys like my review, hit that thumbs up button. If you guys want to see more videos, hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching.